Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Saturday, March 23rd, 2024. I am Lance Brock. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and listening, downloading to the Saturday morning episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Unfortunately, this Saturday night is not alright for fighting because no AEW Collision on tonight due to March Madness, all that college basketball stuff airing on TNT. So once again, tonight, no AEW Saturday Collision. So don't have a show to preview for tonight right here on TMWF. But the good news is there is a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, episode 571 from last night, talking about last night's WWE Friday Night SmackDown, which also due to March Madness was the only pro wrestling show got to talk about last night, because due to March Madness, Rampage did not air last night. Of course, I'm sure everybody remembers it was on Wednesday night after Dynamite. But maybe this is good news, but as usual, there are a few things that I actually forgot to mention on the podcast last night about last night's episode of SmackDown, which I know I always say this, but I definitely do need to get better at my note-taking, take better, more detailed notes. I know I always say I'm going to do that. I finally just need to get around, start doing it. But also last night on SmackDown, there was a home invasion angle with LA Knight and AJ Styles, where we're supposed to see AJ Styles' workout routine or something, I believe, and then all of a sudden we hear a car horn start honking, and then it's LA Knight out there, and LA Knight is arrested, and supposedly they show police cam footage of the arrest, and AJ Styles does not press charges, and we will see AJ Styles versus LA Knight at WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania Saturday Night 1 is just now 2 weeks away, I believe. Definitely getting close. Also, another thing, I did talk about this last night, but I just want to mention it once again. And that was, I talked about possibly a tease of another father versus son match between Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, which could happen. Maybe I'm right about that. But also, after I finished the podcast last night, I got thinking to myself, and I said, maybe since after the match last night, Dominic Mysterio left with Andrade El Idolo, got ahead of myself there. He left with Santos Escobar, and they've been doing that kind of respect angle with Andrade El Idolo and Rey Mysterio. So instead of a another singles match between father and son? Could we possibly see a tag team match with Rey teaming with Andrade and pairing Dominic with Santos Escobar? Or maybe could get the other members of the two factions involved as well and have some kind of multi-man match, either a 6-man tag or 8-man tag, or I should say person. Could possibly get Zelina Vega in there. And I just blanked on her name for some reason. I don't know why. She was in Hit Row. Now she's... I can't think of her name for some reason. But could have them involved too, possibly. But to be honest, if it was up to me, I'd probably rather see another singles match between Rey and Dominic, because I thought last year's was done so well. And who knows? I know Rey has said in interviews before that he has, I want to say, quite a few years left or something like that. But if maybe Rey decides to hang it up and have his last match against his son and put Dominic over, I think that could be a special WrestleMania moment, especially if they do something like where he puts his mask on the line and Dominic actually beats him, and after the match he unmasks in the ring. I know, I'm sure everybody listening knows that yes, he did unmask once in WCW, but when he came to WWE in 2002, they kind of hit reset and just kind of erased it. They don't really mention it at all or anything. And that is about it for this Saturday morning episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Once again, thank you everyone for listening, downloading. Hope everyone has had a great Saturday so far. In the comment section, you can leave your thoughts and your opinions and your ratings for last night's WWE SmackDown. Like I said, this weekend we're 2 weeks away from WrestleMania XL, WrestleMania 40. So you can go ahead now and start leaving your predictions for WrestleMania. Most, or at least I think, most of the card for night 1 and night 2 have been announced so far. Or at least I don't think there'd be too many matches left to be announced, but who knows. So you can leave your predictions in the comment section, either right here on Spreaker, YouTube, or wherever you listen to 360 Wrestling Podcast at. Also remember to follow our Instagram and Threads at 360 Wrestling Podcast, X at 360 Wrestling Pod. Also, you can email if you have any questions or comments, 360 Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com. Also, you can support 360 Wrestling Podcast, help make the podcast even bigger and better for only $5 a month right here on Spreaker. If you can. If you can't, that's fine too. But I'm going to try to learn how to make some exclusive episodes of the podcast available for the supporters. I haven't quite figured that out just yet, but hopefully soon. So, I was about to say the reminder for Collision tonight, but once again, no AEW Collision tonight. I will be back tomorrow for the Sunday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. And until tomorrow morning, have a great pro wrestling day.